welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hi, my name is Angela, and today I am going to take you through our Montessori Playroom to share how we personally Montessori at home with 3 children under the ages of 3. So one of the biggest things that I get asked about on my Instagram is how I do toy rotations, when did I start doing toy rotations, what method did I have behind it. It's just a lot of questions related to our Playroom and toy rotations. So I wanted to do a video for y'all. If you are here personally trying to navigate through this whole new toy rotation kind of stuff, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. I personally did not always do a toy rotation. I didn't learn about this until my daughter was almost a year old, and that's kind of when I started to do it. For that, I just had like a small little basket of random toys for her that she would play with, and then I found this whole world of Montessori and just fell in love with the idea behind it, and it has worked out really well for us. Before we do a full toy rotation though, I did want to just throw out 2 reminders of Montessori that I feel like some people forget about. Some people have just taken Montessori into this wild, expensive, crazy world, and Maria Montessori herself had a very small budget. She did everything on her own. A lot of her stuff was created DIY, so you can do this budget friendly. I have myself, and I will be sharing some tips in here that I have learned how to do it on a budget. But always remember, the biggest thing Maria Montessori believed in was respecting your little ones. So first and foremost, that is the top priority of being a Montessori parent and having a Montessori playroom. It's respecting your little one and what they want to do and playing how they want to play. You want your play space for your little ones to be a free playtime for them to make the choice of what they want to do. We don't want to have toys that are telling them what to do. We don't want to be coming in as the adult telling them what they can do. Now, if your little one is a little bit smaller and maybe they don't have like the best creativity for these open-ended toys, that is totally acceptable for you to kind of step in and show them a few different things. But you know, the best thing about parenting is we can model things for them. So you can model it for a few seconds, be like, hey, look, you could do XYZ, and then just kind of back off and see where their little brains go. It's so much fun watching your little ones just explore and become creative, and it is one of my favorite parts of being a Montessori parent, is just seeing them evolve as the little peoples that they were created to be. Also, along with this, you don't need all the stuff that you're seeing on Instagram, on Pinterest, on YouTube, even in this video. You need to watch your kids, really take note and see what they love to play with and what they're not really playing with. So when you do that declutter of toys, you know what to get rid of first off, and then you know what toys they're really having fun with and which ones you can continue to bring in and out of rotation. The second thing goes back into Maria Montessori in her classroom. She had a very small teacher's budget at the time. It was not very much. She did a lot of things DIY. So before you go out and buy yourself a ton of baskets and that IKEA shelf that like everyone is sharing on Instagram, shop your home, shop around, see what you have. I personally, when I started this, didn't even really use baskets. I just set everything up on the shelf, and when I did start incorporating baskets, I literally went in my home and found what I could. Like at one point I had a shower caddy as a basket because it worked, and that's what this is all about, is making it work for you and your home and your kid. Most importantly, for your kid or kids, because it is for them. It's not for us, and we really have to remember that. So as you can see, we do have a full playroom. I know everyone doesn't have this option. I personally did not. In our old house, we had it just in our living room. So you really have to find out a way to make it work for you in your home. Because I have this full playroom, I do have a couple different areas that we are going to go through. So as you can see behind me here, I have this shelf. This is the thing you're going to see all over the internet when you even look up Montessori. Well, not this specific one, but you're gonna see a toy shelf, toy rotation. Super important. That's really where you want to focus, the main area of play. So if you do not have a playroom, you can just find yourself some type of shelf. Maybe it's your TV stand. We used our TV stand in our old house, and just turn it into a little toy rotation for your little ones. I have 2 toddlers, ages 2 and 3. Well, almost 2 and almost 3. So for that age, I want to keep about 6 to 8 toys in the rotation each time that I am doing it. Lovevery was very kind to gift us this free spirit play kit. One of my favorite parts about the play kits that you can get from them is these little review cards here. It goes over all of the different toys that come in the specific set that you get, but it does start off talking to the parents specifically, and then it talks about your child at this point in age. So the free spirit is meant for 35, 34, and 36 months, so just about 3 years old, and it will just go through all of the different toys that come in there and give you ideas on how to play with them. My kids have personally been loving the incorporation of our Lovevery toys into our toy rotation. Their personal favorite is this guy right here. This play card has a few different ways that they can play with it. It's a super cool little camper set with a key. Even my 21-month-old was learning how to use the lock. But they have different sets for every age, starting from 0 to 3 months. So if you are new to Montessori at home and you have no idea what to even get for your little one, Lovevery's play kit subscriptions would be perfect for you. Make sure you check out the link in my description box below for more information. And speaking of doing this budget friendly, one thing I have learned is to shop Facebook Marketplace. And that's where I found this guy, and I got this guy for free. Sure, it's not the prettiest. Sure, it's not the sturdiest. Sure, it's not the perfect little cubbies, the neutral wood that everybody's sharing on Instagram, but it functions and it works. And that's what's most important. You do not need to break the bank to do Montessori at home. I actually believe doing a toy rotation is going to save you some money, because you will be buying less toys. Because of the toy rotation, your kids will be playing with their toys more. My kids personally have been loving a weekly toy rotation. That's typically about what you want to do, but depending on your situation, it's going to look different. A few months ago, I was doing a toy rotation about every 3 to 4 weeks because I was very pregnant and all of the toys are in the basement. But I did notice after about a week, my kids kind of stopped playing with the toys as often. The one thing that they have always loved is their kitchen, and I have that filled up with just some little baskets with fruits that they can cut. Some of them are like actual full food. I did try to do a full like room rotation one time and take the kitchen out. My daughter was very upset, so the kitchen just stays put. That choice, again, totally up to you. You have the time and you want to change out every single piece once a month, you go right ahead and do that. If they are obsessed with something, you can leave it in. That's the beauty of this, is you can make it work for you and your family. You don't have to follow this perfect script of it has to be done every week, it has to be these toys, it has to be like this. No, go back to the main point of this, respect your little one, and if they love it, just keep it out there. It's totally fine. The next spot that I wanted to talk about is right over here. We have a little reading corner. This originally was in my daughter's room, and we had a little reading corner set up for her, and when we moved, I just incorporated it in here. There's no books in the baskets. When I put the books in there, my kids weren't playing with them as much. They weren't asking for me to read them stories as much. So at the moment, I just have some Legos and some balls in there. So it's kind of another little area that I have created that I can use for a multitude of things, which is something else that I love about this, is you can totally just change up the environment a tiny little bit, and it's like a whole new world to your kids. So one thing I do when I'm not in the mood to do a full toy rotation, I will take a few things off of the shelf, take them downstairs, change them out. We also have this little IKEA dollhouse that I have used for so many different setups, and sometimes I will just take a specific toy from here and I will move it over there, and it's like it's a brand new thing. So that is something else you could do as well when you're not really feeling it or you just don't have the energy. Change the play area up a little, give it a new look. Maybe go to Target in their little bullseye section. I didn't know it was called that. Did you know it was called that? Leave me a comment below if you did, because I literally just learned that last week. But that place, it's my favorite. It's actually a really good spot to go for a lot of kids things, like yoga mats, some of the toys. These guys right here, they have so many of these in their section. You can get like, it's like 3 houses for like $3, a set of cars for like $5. Don't skip out on that section next time you go there, because I'm telling y'all, it's where it's at. And again, it's a way to save money because those toys in the back are a lot more expensive. One thing Montessori was really big on is open-ended play. So that is where you're gonna wanna have toys like this that they don't tell you what to do. They don't have a specific way to play with them. Right here, I found this in the bullseye section at Target. It's just like a little yoga mat and it's got a road and stuff on it. So when I brought this out one day, I kind of just set up the houses around it and the people in the cars just to help my son have an idea of how he could play with all of this. And now it's like his favorite thing when these are out is to come just do a little setup here. That's the kind of stuff you really want to play with them. It's just that open-ended, let their minds just go to work, because that really is what kids play is. It's them working, and we really do need to remember that as adults. Their little brains are engaged at every moment of their lives. So sometimes just take a moment and just watch the beauty of your little one playing. I promise you, it will fill your heart with so much joy. And I know, Mama, you got a lot of work to do, but it's okay. Yeah. We can do those dishes later. We can fold that laundry later. Our little ones are only little for so long. Make sure you take a moment and love on them today. So I did mention that I'm a mom of 3 under 3, and so far I've showed you how my toddlers use this playroom. I have yet to show you how my youngest here uses the playroom. She's currently 4 months old, so she's really getting into that exploring and playing and grabbing. Previously, she was just learning so much about this new world that she was in. One thing she really has been loving is this play gym from Lovevery. Before getting gifted this, we did have a different one that I had used with my other children, and when I would lay her on it, she would be entertained for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then she would start crying. Ever since we were gifted this guy here, she has played on it for hours. And one of my favorite things about this play gym is all of the different things that come with it. They come with all these fun different contrast cards, and it's so cool because everything can be used as an individual toy. So if I just want to take this off and let her play with this while I'm cooking dinner and she's in the high chair, I can. And that's one of the really cool things about this play gym, is that every piece can also be an individual little thing to entertain them elsewhere. This whole thing comes off and you could just take this little piece of wood somewhere. Each part of the playmat itself has a different corner designed for play. We have a making sounds area, we have a hide and seek area, we have a how things feel, colors. It even comes with mirrors and different inserts for the back there. One of her favorites has been these little contrast cards though. If she's getting really fussy down there, I can just pop one of those up there and she will stop like immediately. When you do order this play gym, you will also get a review card, and this one is so cool because it goes from 0 to 12 weeks all the way up to a year old, and it talks about the first 12 weeks with your baby, from 3 to 4 months, the different types of like things that they should be doing, you know, holding their head upright, bringing objects to their mouth. So it's a really good thing to go to because there's just so much information out there and you never really know what's right, what's wrong. But one of the cool things about Lovevery is they are actually backed by neuroscientists. So you know you can trust the information that comes from them. But it will show you, you know, at 3 to 4 months, they should start batting at toys. They should start kicking their feet, learning cause and effect. So it's a really cool, epic piece that we have here. Other than this, I do have a small basket of toys in our changing table at the bottom that I can just give to her whenever, wherever. I personally love being able to incorporate Montessori at home, and I would love to help you out as well. Let me know in the comments below something you are struggling with when it comes to doing Montessori at home. And you can check out this video right here on how I do our toy rotations. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you in my next one. I love you so much. Bye! Oh.